it's so exciting, and there's so much budget out there because this is the only thing CEOs are putting budget for, right? Is these AI projects. But we may see a wave of consolidation like we saw in 2022 in AI even next year or the year after, because it's just too many AIs that are six figures and up. It's too many, right? And for us, $500K, $1 million bucks. I mean, Harry, if your team was spending $1 million a year at 20 VC on AI agents, would you be cool with $1 million, or would you want to have a meeting? And you might say, like, this gongification consolidation, you might want to do it. We may see a lot of these folks who are excited about our portfolio get consolidated out sooner than happened in the SaaS wave, sooner than it happened.
I think that's actually, again, I try and come out of here with insight. I think that's a real insight, Jason, because I'm wrestling with that. You're seeing exactly. It's everyone thinks their thing is going to save labor, but you can't all get credit for the same labor. So you might see, like, I think stories like the Rippling story happening much quicker, which is, we're going to give you 5 agents and an orchestration layer. We'll make it all happen, because if we just do one, it's just not enough. I think that's actually an interesting point, which, may mean a much quicker consolidation story across these plays.
Like in sales, do I need an AI tool, an SDR tool, a BDR tool, an AI CS tool? These are all 5 folks trying to get 500,000-600,000 of you. I think, and we're actually already seeing this, going to our conversation, we're already seeing this consolidation in e-commerce, if we want to chat about where they're becoming one tool already. I think it's a real risk for all these cool ones. Like, we just don't need 5 of them. Going to Rory's point, Rippling's a good example. We may want everything from one vendor in 12 months. And maybe most AI startups can't keep up. It seems so easy in the beginning, but I don't know if they can keep up with that Rippling pace.
Yeah. And by the way, that also goes back to the myth of the one-person billion-dollar company. I think economics works really well at competing away excess profits. This trend basically says, you think you might be able to get away with that, but this other company is going to have 5 of these agents and compete against you. And I think it speaks to, nobody allows billions of dollars of enterprise value to go unclaimed and uncontested. And as I'm thinking now, and genuinely, what many of my AI forward B2B companies are wrestling with, this resonates, having enough surface area of value. Because one of the things we learned actually in robotics, which was very clear there, and maybe it applies here too, is that it's not enough to say, you'd see it a lot in robotics, which is, here's this product that can automate this particular problem and can reduce the labor by half, 2/3. It's wildly efficient. It pencils out in terms of ROI, right? But in a warehouse with 300 people, you're only automating 2 workstations. It doesn't matter. One of the reasons we have done very well with Locus, one of our companies, is picking is actually the number one thing people do in warehouses. So your automation attacks a much larger percentage of the labor. And my learnings have been, it's not enough to be ROI efficient. There's only so many things you can get your head around as the CFO or the chief of operations in a year. So you have to have a quantum. You have to be able to not just have a high ROI, but have a high ROI on a fairly large quantum of headcount. Does that make sense? Because it's just the brain death of doing it.
Yeah, I think everyone for the last couple of years has been cutting the number of SaaS apps in their organizations. No matter how well they're doing, they get around the table each year. We've got to consolidate. The last 18 months, it's gone the other way.